Hey everyone, it's Holly here, and thanks for tuning into my channel. So for this video, I collabed with the beautiful Meagan. She's also a makeup artist, and we did festival-inspired makeup looks on each other, and that is what I came up with to do on her. And it's not perfect, but we had so much fun doing it, and I think it looks good. So if you'd like to see how I did it, please keep on watching. So to start, I took Colourpop's brow pencil in the shade Honey Blonde and just used that to fill in her eyebrows, just to make them look nice and defined. And also, just a heads up, in this video I wasn't the most hygienic. I mean, obviously if I'm doing a client's makeup I'm going to use disposable wands and everything like that, but since Meagan is my friend, I didn't use disposable applicators for anything. I just used the makeup. So obviously if you're doing client's makeup, don't do that, but Meagan was my friend, so that's what I did. So if you guys are like, what the hell, Holly, that is why. I'm going in next with MAC's Soft Ochre Paint Pot and just using that to prime her eyes for shadow. And then after I applied the paint pot all over her lids, I went in with Rimmel Stay Matte Powder in the shade Silky Beige and just used that to set the paint pot in place. Next, I went in with those two shades from the Anastasia Beverly Hills Modern Renaissance palette and just used windshield wiper motions to buff that into her crease area, just to deepen up her crease and give it some more dimension. And then I went in with Love Letter from the same palette, which is a beautiful kind of dark pinky red. And I just went and packed that all over her lid because like a theme for this makeup look was definitely pink inspired, because Meagan mentioned that her favorite color is pink, so I was like, well, gotta center the festival makeup look around pink then. So I kind of took it and ran with it a little farther than I should have, but I had fun with it, so that's what matters, right? Next, taking the 88 Matte 88 Color Eyeshadow Palette by BH Cosmetics, I just took that pink shade that I'm going to point to right there, just to further pinken up, I know it's not a word, further pinken up the lid, because the Love Letter color I didn't think was pink enough, so I just used that just to give it a little bit more dimension. And then taking that color from the ABH palette, I'm just taking that with another Morphe crease brush and just using that to blend everything out and make sure everything is nice and seamless and there's no harsh lines and everything transitions nice and beautifully. And now I'm just taking Love Letter again and just packing that on her kind of upper inner corner area just to make it look more dramatic. And then I went in with a Q-tip, oh my god, I can't speak, and Garnier's micellar water just to clean up any fallout and the lines on the edges of her eyes. And then taking Flexitarian's highlighter from Colourpop, I just went in with my finger and just packed that on her lid, which looks so beautiful, as you guys can tell. Just made the look kind of that much more festival-like. First, I'm taking Loreal's Voluminous mascara, and again, use a disposable applicator if you're going to do your client's makeup. She's my friend, so I just used the wand that it came with, and I just packed that on her lashes. And also, she has like the longest, fullest natural lashes ever, and I'm so jealous. Taking these Crème de la Crème Au Natural lashes that Meagan brought for me to use, I will be applying those to her lashes. I applied the lashes onto her lash line, and I had already applied duo eyelash adhesive on them just to make sure they got nice and tacky after I finished her mascara. So I just applied those on her lash line and made sure that they were blended nicely. And then going in with the Porefessional primer by Benefit and Rimmel Stay Matte primer. Kind of went overboard on the primer, but you know, it happens. It happens. I like pushed on the tube and so much came out, so I was like, well, I guess I'm gonna work with that. So I just applied that all over her skin just to make sure there was a flawless smooth base for the next product. And then taking Garnier's BB cream for combination oily skin in the shade light to medium, I just applied that in dots all over her face as well as her jawline. And then I went in with the Real Techniques Miracle Complexion Sponge just to blend everything out. And then taking Maybelline's Fit Me Concealer in the shade Light, I just applied that to her under eyes and other high areas of the, high points, high areas, whatever, of the face, just to highlight and further conceal, and then just blended that out with the same beauty sponge. And then taking Coty's Airspun loose face powder in the shade Translucent, I just went in and baked her face and then applied any excess powder that was on my sponge to other areas of her face just to really set everything in place. And then the rest of the face I used the Rimmel Stay Matte powder in the shade Silky Beige and just pressed that into the skin to make sure it was really nice and matte and seamless because this is a full coverage look. And then taking Kat Von D's Shade and Light palette, I did an awful job at showing that in the screen. I used those two bottom left shades there, and I just took the Real Technique sculpting brush and just sculpted her face, her cheekbones, forehead, jawline. And then I just brushed her bake away using this Coastal Scents fluffy brush. And then taking those two shades there from the Kat Von D palette, I just use that to brighten her under eyes and blend everything out. And then taking NYC's bronzer in the shade Sunny, I just took that on a Real Techniques blush brush and just bronzed up her skin to make her look nice and tanned. And then I just cleaned up the contour underneath using that same loose powder and the same beauty sponge. So now I'm going in with this Body Shop blush trio in the shade Warm Sunset, and I just took an angled Coastal Scents brush and just applied that to the apples of her cheeks to make her look nice and blushing. And then taking Maybelline's Brow Drama mascara in the shade Blonde, I just use that to set her brows in place because if you're going to a festival, you want your makeup to stay. Now for the festival part, I took that Duo eyelash adhesive with a Q-tip and then I just put little dots above her eyebrows as well as in the kind of middle part of her eyebrows and like the middle of the forehead, just to kind of create this festival inspired look. So I just applied the glue and just kind of wung it. Wung it, is that even a word? Probably not. I don't know, I'm really tired. I'm just taking this glitter that Meagan brought and just putting that on the dots that are above the eyebrow. So I put pink glitter above the eyebrow. I used silver glitter in the dots that I made that were in the center of her face, and then pink glitter in the dots that were above her eyebrows. And then going in with that Flexitarian highlight by Colourpop again, I am just highlighting the crap out of her face. Like, any high point of her face, I packed that highlighter on because I was like, this can be a dramatic look, so I just went with it, and it looked so pretty. Like, look at that highlight. Taking Love Letter again, I just buffed that and smoked it out on her lower lash line, and then took Flexitarian again and just applied that to the inner corners of her eyes. And I know I'm kind of like in the frame for some of this stuff, I'm sorry. I'd never filmed myself doing someone else's makeup before, so I was not quite sure what I was doing. And for the lips, I applied Kat Von D's Everlasting Liquid Lipstick in the shade Noble, and then over top of that I went in with a MAC lipstick because I felt like that looked too kind of orange, so I went in with this MAC lipstick in the shade Forever, I don't know, it's spelt for and then EVA, that's all I can tell you. And then taking MAC's Fix Plus, I just went and doused her face in that just to make sure her makeup stays all day, because obviously if you're going to a festival, you want it to last. And that is the finished makeup look. I thought it turned out really good. What do you guys think? We both had so much fun doing it, so it was really fun getting to do the makeup on her. All the products I used will be listed in my description box and her Instagram info. Go check her out. Please like this video and give it a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel to see more fun videos. And I love you guys so much, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.
I want you to show me how to get to know someone like you, someone like you.